Hey, 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 beautiful beings. Namaste. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are well. So I wanted to come in and do a bit of a live around the full moon in Scorpio that is coming up on the 26th. I think it is. Is it 26th or 20th? I can't even remember now. Anyway, so it's coming up. So I just want to share some of the information that's been coming through to me about what this full moon means and how we can best work with it. I'm also going to be sharing my channelings and also some workshops as well. So if you are coming in to say hello, please let me know your name, because it just comes up as a Facebook user, so I have no idea who I'm speaking to, unfortunately, on Facebook. And if you're joining me on YouTube, then do also feel free to say hello. So the first thing around this full moon in Scorpio, so I am a Scorpio myself, and with Scorpio, for me, it's very much around the depth of the feelings that you are having. So, you know, in terms of like astrology, so my friend Rachel Maria Bell, who's a fabulous astrologist, she very much goes into the detail about which house your sign is in under this full moon in Scorpio, what that means for you, etc. And regardless for me of which house you're in, if you don't know what your natal chart is, etc., then it's about really being aware that this full moon is around, like I said, real depth of feelings. So whichever house this full moon is in for you means you will be going deep into your subconscious to find out what is needed to come to the surface. Okay, so again, I can only ever share my experiences, you know, and I was just thinking earlier on, I was like, you know, I really, like, I don't manage to bypass any of this stuff, you know, so like I am going through stuff at the same time as you guys. So it's not like I get to sit here and go, oh yeah, well, the full moon means this and the full moon means that, without having my own experience. So I always share my experiences, because I do believe that they will be hopefully like insightful and will be able to help you guys as well. So on one day last week, I was feeling a bit sort of like down, a bit low. I really felt drawn to go to the seaside. So if you do follow me on Instagram, then you will have seen my seaside pictures and my feet in the sea. And I generally get this real pull, especially when I need to clear some negative energies, towards being in water. So I took myself and the kids off to the beach, and I just stood there with my feet in the sea and just imagined that as the water was coming in, it was bringing in sort of like positive and new energy, and as it was going back, it was taking anything that no longer served me out with it. So if you can manage to get to the sea over the next couple of days and to the beach, then I would highly recommend going and sticking your feet in it. It is cold initially, but you will get over it. If you can't make it to the seaside or you don't live near it, then another really good thing to do is to make yourself a really nice salt bath and immerse yourself in it, you know, put some crystals in it, light some candles. But what you can do as well with that is that before, rather than getting out of the bath and then taking the plug out, take the plug out first and just imagine that all that water that is going down the plug hole is taking anything with it that no longer serves you. So whether it's any negative energies, whether it's anything that's stuck to you, etc. So that's another really good way of using water around this full moon if you can't make it to the seaside. So like I said, you know, some of these emotions run really deep. So if there's things that have maybe happened to you in the past, or if there's certain limiting beliefs that you have, you know, you may not even be aware of what is stopping you or what is keeping you stuck. So really good ways of finding these out is meditating, yeah, and just literally sitting, yeah, in silence and stillness, and journaling. Okay, so it took me about 6 pages of journaling before I got to the crux of like a massive sort of like self-limiting belief that I didn't even know was there. So by the time I'd finished my 6 pages, I was literally like sobbing, like gut-wrenching sobs in my bed, because I was like, I can't believe that this has come up. Do you know what I mean? So just be kind to yourself this full moon. You know, really just be aware of what is going on for you, and allow whatever needs to come up to the surface to come up. Because as soon as you have this, like, oh my God, or this aha moment, or whatever you want to call it, this realization, this comes then into your awareness, and then you're like, you can then learn to accept it and to change the story as well. So this was something that came up again for myself last week. I got a card which said storyteller, and I was like, storyteller, and I do like to tell my stories, but I felt as well as if it's about, for us as human beings, it's like we get the chance to rewrite the story we have told ourselves since we've been like a child. Do you know what I mean? So if there's a story that you've been telling yourself where I don't know, that you're not very good at art, for example, yeah, then start telling yourself, I am good at art, yeah, and start rewriting your own story. So if there's a situation, for example, or something that's happened where you maybe feel like the victim, or maybe you feel like you've been hard done to, or maybe you felt was unfair, yeah, like literally sit down and rewrite that story, yeah, but change it. Because, and this is something that I teach my children as well. I'm like, you know, if something's happened and you're feeling sad or unhappy or angry, you can go back and you can rewrite the story and change the outcome. And even though it obviously in the physical, it doesn't change the outcome, then what it can do is it changes how sort of like you perceive life and what's sort of coming next, if that makes sense. Yeah, just asking for a bit of guidance on that. So yeah, so you can change your own stories in order to change your future. That's sort of roughly what I wanted to say. Okay, so that was sort of like what I wanted to share a little bit about around this full moon in Scorpio. So it's not, like I said, you know, I'm not an astrologer and I don't profess to be. Please go and see Rachel Maria Bell for that, because she is awesome. But I do tend to, the week before leading up to the full moon, get some sort of like revelations, get some insight into what is coming up, and also sort of like something for the collective as well. So I am going to share my channel in a minute. That came up, and this was written when I was at the beach. But I just want to share as well. So next Sunday, I am running my first light language workshop and activation online. So if you haven't heard of light language, and again, you know, I've been on Instagram a couple of times and had a bit of fun with it, where I start singing songs in light language. This is something that I use in my healing sessions as well. So whether in person or via distance, and basically what I do is just I allow words and sounds to come through my throat, to come through sort of like, sounds a bit weird, but you know what I compare it to? Like, can you remember, you know, like in Harry Potter, where they talk about parcel tongue, where it's like, you know, you speak a different language to the snakes. It's sort of like a bit like that, where it's not English words, it's not African, it's not Spanish, but excuse me, there's different words and sounds that come out. And what these sounds and words do when you listen to them and you receive them, it's like it bypasses your sort of like your conscious mind, because your brain can't make any sense of these words or sounds. So the light language goes to where your body really needs it to, which is really interesting. So I'm going to be doing the first workshop next Sunday, because I have been asked to run a light language workshop at a festival, which I'm very excited by, over the summer. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to do it online as well and just put it out there and see how that goes. So I have done some of my light language channelings when we've done summer solstice stuff, and at the winter solstice last December as well. So we've got that coming up. And what was the other thing? There was something else I wanted to share. Excuse me. I think that was it for the minute. So yeah, if you've got any questions around the full moon, or if there's anything you want to know, do feel free to ping them in the comments whilst I share my channeling with you. Okay. As the heart calls forth the initial underlying pain, it opens the crevice that has always been there. The pain flows out like molten lava, trickling from the space where underneath the hurt and trauma lies the origin of pure love, pure unconditional love, which has always been there, yet covered, suppressed, hidden. Chinks of light occasionally coming through, yet it's taken time, maybe years, to remember. Love comes within. Love comes from within. It lives within you. It is not something to earn. It cannot be owned. You do not have love. You are love. As love begins to pour from your heart, it touches others. They feel it, and it begins to open their hearts too, to their own place of unconditional love. Love is a practice every day, loving you, loving others. The vibration of love is so high, it negates any fear. How to show yourself love, how to show others love. Be kind, listen, be thankful. Be kind, listen, be thankful. We love you. So that was my channeled writing that came through when I was at the beach the other day, which I just wanted to share. And it's really important for us, I feel now, especially more than ever before, you know, to really be practicing this unconditional love and forgiveness and unconditional love. And, you know, there was something that I read this morning which was saying, you know, if you can, when you're going out today, practice like sharing a piece of golden light coming from your heart to the other person's. And I thought, oh, how beautiful is that? Just to sort of like remember to intentionally send that love to others, because when you're sending that love to others, you know, the energy and the vibration of that is so high that it will impact them, and you might not realize and they might not realize, but it will change something for them and it will shift something. So as and where you can today, practice unconditional love. The last thing I wanted to share with you is that I will be interviewing Kate Brown at 4 o'clock this afternoon on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, then do like and subscribe there. So 4 o'clock, we've got Kate Brown telling us about how she is heading off grid after setting up the Off Grid Community Network last year. I have several interviews scheduled over the next few days with a lady called Scarlett Raven. She is an author of a book called Psilocybin Transmissions. So I'm going to be speaking to her about mushrooms. I've got 2 interviews scheduled for Monday. So Monday morning at 11:15, I will be going live in the Facebook group and on YouTube with Andrea Jackson, who joined me in the cacao ceremony interview last time. This time we are going to be talking about spirit dance, which is something that she has created. So I'm going to be speaking to Andrea about spirit dance in the morning. And then I've got another lovely lady called Sarah, who's over in the US. I'm going to be speaking to her about running mushroom retreats and ceremonies in Mexico and how she became a microdosing mentor. So there's lots and lots of interviews that I've got scheduled. Some of them are going to be live. Some of them are going to be set up as like a mini series, which will be awesome and exciting. So yeah, and in the meantime, in terms of mentoring work, I am offering one-to-one half-an-hour mentoring sessions, which is a bit like well, I was going to say a bit like speed dating, you know, when you sit down, you meet someone and then you just chat very quickly. So but this is going to be like 30-minute sessions, which are only £60 instead of the full hour one. So if you're just looking for some like really quick guidance on specific topics, or you want to sort of like share something that's come up, or you just want some sort of advice from beyond, then I'm offering those 30-minute sessions at only £60. So if you would like one of those, then do get in touch. And for now, I will wish you a blessed Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you are joining me later at 4 o'clock for my interview with Kate, then I will see you then. Anyway, happy full moon, happy Sunday, have an awesome day. Namaste.